What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 things I hate about my 2020 Kawasaki Z900. What is up, guys? Let's talk about the 5 things I hate about the Z900. And let me preface this by saying I love this motorcycle. I think it's absolutely terrific.
I like it a lot.
There is very few things, and I had to be quite nitpicky to actually find things that I didn't like about this bike. So bear with me as we go through these, but they are things to consider if you're looking to buy the Z900. First things first, the seat. But the seat is really just not that comfortable. So if you're getting this bike and you plan to do some long hauls on it, I definitely recommend looking at a different seat option. It's just a little bit firm. Miss Urban Moto took a ride on the back here, and this thing is a literal rock. It is the hardest rear seat, and she's ridden on R1, super bikes, sport bikes, the whole 9 yards, and she said the Z900 seat is the worst rear seat she's ever ridden on, so that's telling you something. Obviously, these bikes really aren't meant for passengers, long hauls, things like that, but we were only on it about 45 minutes, and she said she was in pain sitting on that rear seat, so I definitely recommend looking at a different rear seat option if you're going to have a passenger long term. But obviously for the rider alone, definitely look at a different seat option for this bike. That's one of the first things I would absolutely do. And the second thing is, sometimes when you're riding this motorcycle, you get this really hard shift from first to second gear, or it misses shifting from first to second gear entirely. No matter how hard you kick it up, it still misses that shift. And that's clutch all the way in, that's riding normal, riding low RPMs, riding high RPMs, no matter what. It happens maybe 1 out of every 10 times, but it is something to note that this bike does sometimes miss shifts, and I've actually seen that happen in other videos as well, and other people have critiqued that. So just something to consider if you're looking at this bike. The third thing I want to talk to you about, and this is this is really nitpicky, guys, is the mirrors. Now, you're going to say, Urban Moto, are you really talking about mirrors in this video? Remember, at the beginning I told you I was going to be a little nitpicky, but these mirrors absolutely suck. Any little bit of vibration or wind in the road, they start to move. They are really not the best stock mirrors, and you can read any forums and people will talk to you about them. Do they look cool? Yeah, they kind of look all right, but they certainly suck, and they vibrate and then they shift down and you can't really see anything. So if you get this bike, definitely look for some aftermarket mirrors. Something to consider, I actually did buy aftermarket mirrors, but this bike right here actually has threaded bar ends. So short of what I understand is drilling out the threaded bar ends and putting bar end mirrors in there, or getting a separate set of bars, you're pretty much hosed. Different bars altogether might not be a bad thing for this bike, because remember I was talking about the ergonomics being good, but you are leaned a little bit forward, so maybe a different set of bars would actually help you out a little bit. The fourth thing that I hate about this motorcycle is the Ride app. So let me show you a little bit of a video of that thing.
The first screen, vehicle information, gives real-time motorcycle information. In the upper screen, there's a map indicating where the motorcycle is. In the second tab, Riding, you can select the riding modes.
It absolutely sucks. The Ride app is terrible. It is just hot garbage. Basically it just tracks the map and where you're riding and stuff, and will give you some data about your motorcycle, like your last place you parked it and stuff, but it's not a GPS, so it doesn't tell you exactly where it is. And also, when I was trying to change modes on the actual motorcycle, it was acting sort of weird. So just change the modes on the bike itself, don't change them through the app. The app is pretty much hot garbage, and don't even use it. The last and final thing, and this goes for all naked bikes, is the wind. Now, there are touring windscreens you can get for these, obviously, but they look goofy as all get out, having a big old windscreen sticking off this thing, and it just takes away the really sleek, good-looking appearance of this motorcycle. So I mean, there's not much you can do about it. What I will say about this bike in particular is if you see where the tank is, you actually do sit a little bit behind the tank. So you do get a little bit more wind coverage than you do on most naked bikes, but you still get pummeled. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. And that's just a complainy thing that is with any naked motorcycle, and something you're getting into, and you know when you buy a naked motorcycle, is there's basically no wind coverage. So you're basically hosed. And then the last thing is a bonus thing I really don't like about this bike is it just doesn't sound as good as other V3s and V4s that are out there.
What did he say?
It just has a very, not buzzy, but not a deep rumble like those MT-09s have, and even the Triumph RS3s have. Like, this bike just has kind of a boring tone to it altogether, but Anyway, would I recommend this bike based on the things that I don't like? Absolutely. I think this is a terrific motorcycle, one you should absolutely consider if you're looking for a 900 series motorcycle, and definitely it gets my thumbs up. But if you like this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, it's free, helps me out a lot, and click that bell to get notified when more videos come out. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Later.